scientists, welcome back. I'm glad to see you again. Today we are going to kind of continue on what we did last week. So last week we were discussing characteristics of animals and sorting them into groups by how they were the same. So we're going to keep working on that. We're going to build on it a little bit today. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So today we will sort animals by similarities and differences using a Venn diagram. And I'll tell you what a Venn diagram is, okay? All righty. Now, do you remember what we do as scientists? Let's go over those things, okay? So first, scientists are gonna ask questions, okay? Scientists are also going to make observations. And we said last time, that can be with your eyes, maybe with your ears, things that you might hear, things that you might smell with your nose, sometimes, depending on what it is, maybe even something that you can taste. But that's not what we're talking about today, so we're going to keep going. All right. Scientists also make predictions. And we said a prediction is a what? A guess. All right. Yes. So what you think, the answer is what you think would happen, okay? And then the last thing scientists are going to do is record our findings. So we'll write it down somewhere. If we don't know how to write the words out, we can always draw pictures. Yes, okay. All right, scientists, so let's go ahead and let's get started. So do you remember last week we were talking about farm animals, right? And one of the ways we had put them into groups was by how many legs they had, 4 legs or 2 legs. And then after that, we did something else. Can we ride that animal or should we not ride on the animal, right? Okay, and we had an animal like a pig. And we said, no, we shouldn't ride on a pig, right? And we had a horse. We said, yes, we can ride on a horse, right? You put on a saddle and you get on the horse. Okay, so there was a definite yes animal and there was a definite no animal, right? And there was a couple of them. But then we got to animals like the cow, where we could have said no. You know, we usually don't ride a cow, but then there's the cowboys at the rodeo who ride the bull. That's a kind of cow, so it could be a yes or a no, right? It could go in the middle. And the same thing with the sheep. We don't normally ride the sheep, but again, at the rodeo, you might have the mutton busting. Okay, so it could be a yes, it could be a no. So I'm going to show you a new tool that we would use to organize our groups, okay? So this is called the Venn diagram. All right, you can see the 2 circles, right? So there's one circle over here where we would put the animals that, yes, we can ride. Like we said, the what? The horse. Yes, we can ride the horse. And then on the other side, this circle here, we have the, no, we're not going to ride that animal. Like we said, oops, we said the pig. So we could put the pig on the side for no, an animal that we're not going to ride on. But then what's this space here? It's got a little bit of the don't ride them circle and a little bit of the we can ride them circle. It's got a little bit of both. So that space there in the middle means it can go into either group. It's a little bit of both, right? Yeah, a little bit of this circle and a little bit of that circle. That's where we would put like the sheep, because it could be a yes or a no, and the cow, because it could be a yes or a no. It could be either one. It just depends on, like we said last time, maybe the rodeo. Like, is there a rodeo where you live? In Texas? Yes. In other places? No, not always. But there you go. So this organizing tool is called a Venn diagram. Everybody say that for me. Venn diagram. Good. And it's just 2 circles. Okay, I had to trace something to make a nice pretty circle, but Ms. Engleman's not always the best drawer, so sometimes my circles might not look very circly. Sometimes I might have to make it look more like a square and just have the squares overlap and have the little space in between. Either way, if you have your two groups and then that spot in the middle that kind of overlaps on top of each other, that could be either or. That works as a Venn diagram. Okay, so if you want to draw your own Venn diagram, just know it does not have to be perfect circles. Okay? All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to continue sorting animals into groups using this tool. Do you remember what it was called? Venn diagram. There you go. It's a Venn diagram. All right, let me get all these off. Okay. And this time, instead of talking about are the animals that we would ride or animals that we wouldn't ride, how about we talk about animals we would find at home and animals we would find at a farm. Now, remember, in a Venn diagram, there's going to be some animals that are only on the home side and some animals that are only on the farm side. But there's that middle space. That means, what does it mean again? It could be both. Yes, good. All right, so let's go over the animals that we're going to talk about. Let me not mess up my Venn diagram. I'll switch that over here for a second. All right, so we're going to talk about those animals real quick. So maybe a pig. How about this one? A goat. A fly. Okay. A cat. A dog. A duck. Okay. A horse. A rooster. A spider. And a sheep. Good. Oh, yeah, that's a little hard to see. Okay. All right, so we're going to use those animals and we're going to sort them into groups. And remember, like we said before, sorting means we put them together by how they are the same, right? And in the Venn diagram, we might have that part that kind of overlaps on top of each other, that middle space, where it means it could be either or. It's a little bit of both. Okay. All right, so let me pull the Venn diagram back over. All right. I'm going to try and scooch a little bit so I can still see you while we're putting it on here. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to get an easy one first. All right. We're going to think about the dog. Where would you normally find the dog? Is that going to be an animal on the farm? Or is that going to be an animal that you would find at the house? We'll say a house, yeah, because it can be like a pet. So we'll put the dog in the circle for the house, the animal at the house, right? Okay, what about the pig? Where, it's stuck to my finger. Where would we put the pig? Is the pig gonna live at the house, like a dog, or at a farm? Probably at the farm, right? Okay. Put that on there. You see it? Look good? Okay. All right. How about the rooster? Where are we going to put the rooster? Think about that. Give me a thumbs up when you have your answer. All right. So go ahead. Let me know. Where are we going to put the rooster? Sticks to my finger. At the house or at the farm? Right. Probably going to be at the farm. I know the farmers are probably going to get up a lot earlier than Miss Engleman does in the morning. The rooster's gonna wake him up really early. Okay. All right. Let's try. Ooh, let me see if I can get you on this one. How about a fly? Where would we find the fly at? At the farm or at the house? Did I trick you? Did I get it? Where do you think? It could be at the house or it could be at the farm, right? So where do we put the fly if we could find it in either one? A little bit of both. Yeah, we'd put that in the middle because you might find a fly at the farm, like around the horses, cows, or you might even find the fly at your house. Maybe you had the back door open, you were going outside, or maybe when you walked in from going to the car, when you were coming back from the car and you walked in and the fly came in the front door with you. Flies could be in either place, the farm or the house. It could happen. So a little bit of both. We put the fly in the middle. Okay. Let's try another one. How about a goat? Where would we put the goat? The goat. Going to be a farm animal or a home animal? What do you think? I think so too. I think the goat is probably going to be at the farm. Right. That's a good spot to put him. I agree. I like that one. Okay. How about the cat? Where do you think we're going to put the cat? Where do we normally find the cat? Is it a farm animal or a home animal? I think a home animal. Yep. I don't have a cat. I have dogs. But my mom has a cat at her house. So we could put the cat as a home animal with the dog, right? Okay. And what about the spider? Where do you think we would find a spider? Is it going to be a home animal or a farm animal? Or maybe it's both. Either or, a little bit of both. What do you think? Yeah, I think so. I think the spider can go in the middle. I think it could be either or. You might find a spider at the farm. I think about like that story, Charlotte's Web, where the spider was building her web in inside the barn. But then sometimes there's spiders crawling around at the house. I don't like them. I make them go away. I scooch them out the door. So they could be either or. How about that? Okay, very good. So we practiced sorting animals by where we'd find them. We had farm animals, we had home animals, and we had animals that could be either or. I mean, if you really want to think about it, technically, you could probably find a dog and a cat at a farm too. So the dog and the cat might have been able to go in the middle too. It's just how you think about it. But I was thinking like mostly you would find pet animals at home and you would find farm animals at the farm, right? Yeah, that works. Okay. What about, we can sort them a different way, right? Can anybody think of another way to sort our animals? We could do the number of legs, yeah, like we did last time. That's an option. What else? We could do them by size. Is it a big animal or a little animal? Okay. You could sort them by color, right? But remember, we need to have options that have like a little bit of both, that middle spot for the Venn diagram. Okay. All right, that's a good idea. So somebody had mentioned, like, do they walk or do they fly or swim kind of thing. So that's a good idea. We'll go with that. So I have a picture of grass, like the land, and then I have a picture of a pond, like the water, right? So we want to know, where do the animals move around? Like, do they walk on the grass, on the land, or do they swim in the water? Or maybe it's a little bit of both, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about those animals. So we'll start off with the dog again. Where would we find the dog? Is the dog going to move on the land, or is the dog going to be moving like in the water? Is it like a walking animal on the land or a swimming animal in the water? Right. Normally, to get around when it wants to move place to place, the dog is going to be on the land, on the grass, right? He's going to walk. Okay. Good. What about, where'd it go? What about, oh, sorry. I need to get a little more sticky tack. What about the duck? Where are we going to find the duck? Is the duck moving around on the land or in the water? Both. There you go. The duck could be moving around in both, because I see ducks crossing the road all the time, right? But then ducks also like to swim in the water. So where are we going to put the duck? On the land side or on the water side? No? In the middle. You're right, in the middle. Yes, because it's a little bit of both. A duck could be walking on the land and a duck could be swimming in the water. There you go. Okay, how about a pig? Is the pig going to be a walking on the land animal or a swimming in the water animal? A walking on the land animal, right, just like the dog. Now, pigs might like to play in the water, but they're not really going to be swimming around in the water a lot, right? Right. Okay. Okie dokie. How about cat? Where would we find the cat? Is the cat going to be swimming in the water or walking on the land? Yeah, I think so too. The cat would probably be walking on the land. Normally, cats don't really like water all that much. All the cats that I know, they do not like getting in the bath. So putting them near water is not a good idea. Yeah. All right. How about rooster? Where are we going to put the rooster? Is a rooster going to be a walking on land kind of animal or swimming in the water kind of animal? Okay, there you go. A walking on land kind of animal. Yeah, very good. I agree. I don't usually see roosters swimming. Let me see. Okay. I don't have an animal that only swims in the water. What? Maybe we can make one up. So we have all these animals over here that are going to walk on the land, right? And then we have the duck who could do either or. It walks on the land, it swims in the water. What's an animal that only swims in the water? Ooh, okay. Let me see. A fish. I didn't have a picture of a fish already printed out, but you know what I can do? I can draw one. It's not fabulous, but it's fish-ish. There we go. A fish swims in the water. I don't think a fish is going to get out and walk on the land, though. Probably not. Fish don't have legs. Okay. Can you think of another animal that might only swim in the water? Ooh, okay, so it's not a pond kind of animal, but it's an ocean animal. Right, okay, so now remember, Engleman's not the best drawer, but I try. Jellyfish. Jellyfish-ish, right? Yeah, that looks okay. You can figure out what it is. A jellyfish would only be swimming in water. A jellyfish isn't going to get out and walk on land. Right. Yes, because jellyfish do not have legs. Mm-hmm. They have tentacles, but not legs. Very good. Okay. Excellent. All right. So that was another way that we could sort animals on a Venn diagram. Now, again, remember the Venn diagram is meant for sorting into groups where you can have how they are different, like when it's just one or the other, like when we did land or water, or how it might be a little bit the same, like it could walk on the land and it could swim in the water, right? Or when we talked about the animals that live in different places. Maybe it lives on a farm, maybe it lives at a house, or maybe it could be in either place, either or, right? Okay, so I'm trying to erase it so you can see it again. You can make one at home. Okay, so again, our Venn diagram is just two circles. Scoot over here so you can see two circles, right? And then there's that little space in the middle where it's got a little bit of both sides. Okay, so the Venn diagram is how we sort them out, either this side or that side, or maybe a little bit of both. So another thing that I can help you with, maybe if you want to sort something at home, maybe you have different color cups at your house, right? Maybe you have green cups, and maybe you have, I'm gonna do that, blue cups, right? Or maybe your cups have green and blue, so you could sort them like that. You could have only green, you could have only blue, or in the middle you could have green and blue. Okay, so it doesn't have to just be animals. It doesn't have to be farm animals. Okay, it could be anything you find around your house. Maybe you want to sort shoes. Okay, maybe you want to sort utensils like forks and spoons. Okay, maybe you have toys. Yeah, maybe you have toys that you can sort, and you just talk about it. How are they different, right? Is it a car or is it an action figure, right? Or maybe it's a transformer and it can be both, a car and an action figure. And that goes in the middle. So now I'm just being silly giving you ideas, okay? So I want you to practice this, okay? We've done 2 lessons on this about sorting groups or sorting things into groups based on how they are the same, all right? Or how they are different, all right? So you guys practice that at home, okay? And I will see you next time, all right? Bye, scientists.